Good afternoon. Thank you for attending my session, and hopefully you had a great conference so far. So we have another 2 days to go in this conference, and hopefully some of you have attended Alex's previous session on Service Fabric. So my session is actually on Azure Kubernetes Service. So if you're familiar with Kubernetes, that that's a buzzword these days around the industry. So before we start anything, can I know how many of you are using Kubernetes as of today? Okay, a lot. How many of you are using it in Azure with AKS? Okay, a few. All right. So this is not a fully technical deep dive to Kubernetes. I'm going to touch point on key important things when it comes to AKS, how we deploy, how we manage, and how we monitor. So without further ado, I'll introduce myself. So my name is Janaka Rangama, and I'm a senior principal engineer for Dell EMC, part of the Azure Stack Product Engineering team, and I'm a Microsoft Azure MVP. So here are my details, and I come to this conference from a long way. I'm from Australia, but I'm originally from Sri Lanka. So if you have any questions around the session and generally about Kubernetes and AKS, I'm here after the session. You can ask anything from me. So what is Kubernetes, right? I've met people working in the same industry as us, asking, people are talking about Kubernetes, Docker, too many things about containers. Is Kubernetes and Docker are the same? No, Kubernetes and Docker are not the same. Kubernetes is actually a container orchestration engine, where Docker is a containerization technology. So think Kubernetes like the Docker song, right? It does the same thing. So why do we need orchestration, container orchestration? Now, we are talking about cloud scale applications. For an example, like Alex previously told about Azure Functions, right? Massive scale. So these type of applications need to perform exactly as they are designed to without worrying about the underlying hardware, underlying infrastructure, underlying architectures. So that is why we need orchestration engines to help with that. So what is special about Kubernetes is it provides many features like self-healing, horizontal scaling, storage orchestration, batch execution, many more, right? And there are a couple of ways for you to run Kubernetes. You can run it on Google, you can run it on AWS, you can run it on-prem, right? So the next question is, okay, we have so many technologies. So some people have even asked me, okay, it's the technology was developed by Google originally, maintained by the Cloud Native Foundation. So why should we really go with Azure? Why Azure Kubernetes? Okay, so the best answer for that will come when I show the demo, and you will see how easy to set up a Kubernetes cluster in Azure, right? So literally you are running 2-3 commands to get a cluster up and running, and even to scale a cluster and scale up a cluster and do the management operations in the cluster. It's just a couple of clicks or 2 lines of code. So that's easy to use. And the other thing is, when you have a managed container orchestration engine like AKS, you have the ability to not to worry about the control plane of the orchestration engine. I'll explain what's the control plane and what's the client plane in Kubernetes in my next slide. But think it of this way: you are focused only on deploying your containers and containerized packages to this platform, and you're not worrying about anything underlying. And when we talk about the performance of scaling up, scaling down, when you have a managed Kubernetes environment rather than on-premises, you won't have to go back to your ops teams to talk about them. Oh, hey, we need to scale down a couple of more clusters, and we need to deploy more workloads there. So is there anything from infrastructure perspective that is stopping us from doing that? So when you have a managed offering, it's not going to be a debate that you will have the ability to complete that without the intervention of your ops teams. So, like I said earlier, Azure Kubernetes Service is a fully managed Kubernetes cluster. on your own terms. So in my demonstration, I'm going to show you a small application, the voting app. How I'm going to deploy that, I'm going to demonstrate only one method of deploying that with Azure CLI, but there are a lot of options to do that. And especially when it comes to management and monitoring, what are the options that I have in Azure to manage this platform from an IT pro perspective. So now the difference of having a Kubernetes cluster using AKS versus using AKS as your Kubernetes cluster is when you have a Kubernetes on-prem, for an example, you'll have to manage your control plane and your agent pool as well. So that your Kubernetes administrator should be able to handle both of those workloads. Now, when it comes to AKS, Microsoft does the control plane for you. You define the number of nodes that you want to deploy, you define the authentication mechanism, stuff like that, then that's it. So the control plane is hosted. What you worry about is, scaling the agent VMs, the agent workloads, and the actual application that is going to run within this cluster. Now, earlier in my session, I told you that it's quite easier to get started with Kubernetes. Now, there are a couple of ways for us to deploy a Kubernetes cluster, AKS cluster in Azure. You can use the portal, you can use the Azure CLI, or you can, if you are fully into DevOps and if you have a DevOps team, if you are working in a DevOps environment, you can use Azure DevOps to deploy Kubernetes cluster in a more fashionable way, right? But I'm old school, so I'm going to stick with the command line. Now, you can install the Azure CLI on your laptop, and then you can install Kubernetes on your own on the local device, right? But with Azure, if you're familiar with Azure, there's something called the Azure Cloud Shell, which already has the Kubernetes management operations installed in it, so you can just consume. Only thing you have to do is you have to issue the list of commands. And even the good thing about Cloud Shell is the files or the YAML files you want to save, when you create a Azure Cloud Shell for the first time, you will be allocated a dedicated drive for yourself as a user. So all the files will be saved there. So literally you are doing everything from the browser itself, right? Now, this slide actually shows how you, the sample commandlets that you're going to use to create a Kubernetes cluster. And obviously, the CLI installation is not really required there, right? And then it shows some of the examples of how we can upgrade the Kubernetes cluster. Now I'm going to show you how can I upgrade my cluster from the command line and from the portal as well, right? So in a nutshell, it's quite simple operation. Now I'm going to showcase a small demo. Like I said, it's a small app called Voting app. So I have already deployed an instance of this app on a single node cluster. I know it's not ideal, because I wanted to show you how I can scale from one node to multiple nodes after that, right? So let me actually get into my demo machine. Okay. Okay. So this contains the entire set of commandlets that I use to deploy this cluster, right? And once I deploy this cluster, I'm creating the Azure vote.yaml. So this complete example is available in Microsoft Docs as well, so you can try that by yourself. And after that, I'm going to deploy this into my Kubernetes cluster. So this is the YAML file, the instruction file to deploy the application. One thing you do need to remember is, when it comes to copy pasting this on Cloud Shell, make sure that you are not adding more spaces or missing any characters, because sometimes when you do copy paste in Cloud Shell, you are either missing characters or you have added trailing spaces. And when you want to start your application, it will always complain about some bizarre error that is pretty much due to spaces or missing characters. Right? It happened to me in the morning. I was trying to figure out what's happening. It's pretty much about I missed actually the first character in the YAML file. So since I have already deployed the cluster, I'm going to show you how to do that using the portal. So if you go to Kubernetes services on the Azure portal, you can go add and create a cluster from here. So a couple of things to remember here, right? Now, my customers ask me, okay, once I deploy a Kubernetes cluster, everything is great, right? Now I need to have integrated management and monitoring. So here it is. So you select a subscription, you select a resource group, you give it a name, you create select a Kubernetes version, all that, and guess what? You can select the scale, how many nodes you want to start with. And when it comes to this monitoring tab, you can select an existing log analytics workspace or create a log analytics workspace for your monitoring needs that will be integrated with this environment. So if I don't have a log analytics workspace, I have the option to create one here, or I can select an existing one. Now, there are a couple of other options. So it will ask about what sort of authentication you want to use and what sort of networking options you want to select. And when it comes to authentication, it creates a service principal. So when I do this on my own, when I issue those commandlets that I've shown you earlier, it'll do everything for you. And even if you see this one, it says enable add-ons monitoring. So what it does is it'll enable the container monitoring feature for this Kubernetes deployment. The same thing that I showed in the portal. Now, once we have deployed the Kubernetes environment, next thing is how we're going to monitor and how we're going to work with this environment. Now, I have my Kubernetes dashboard here. That is completely fine, right? So I can see what's going on here and there. So, but enterprises needs to have a holistic view of monitoring. That is where the container monitoring the container monitoring solution for Azure comes in. I guess you guys have a new name now. Yes, Azure Monitor for Containers. That's the name now. So let me show you how that experience looks like. So if I go to my Kubernetes cluster here, and if I go to Insights, right? You can drill down more information about the CPU utilization, the memory utilization, traditional cluster operations. And then you can drill down to each node's health and see how they are doing. So you can see the node pool and how healthy it is, and all the services, the agents, everything running under the hood, right? And you can drill down to the level of controllers and even the individual containers that are running on. So a couple of new announcements that you may hear in the other sessions you have about AKS. There's a good session on specifically on Azure Monitor, and they are going to cover a lot around container monitoring. So Keiko here is presenting that session tomorrow. I can't remember the code, the breakout code. So they're going to show you what's new there. I can disclose a few. So the multi-subscription monitoring is available. So if you have multiple Kubernetes clusters from multiple subscription, you can have a rollout view in this view itself, right? And this provides the holistic monitoring experience that the enterprises require, which you can't get from your regular monitoring tools, right? And a couple of things, other things to remember is now, when you deploy an application into a Kubernetes cluster, right? usually I get questions like, what is the fine line between Kubernetes and Service Fabric, right? So Alex, who did the session, the previous session before me, said if you are looking at cloud scale applications like Azure Functions, that is actually running on Service Fabric. But for your enterprise applications that needs that scale, Kubernetes, running them, if you're running them on containers and if you need a container engine, this is a best option. And when it's come to things like package management, Kubernetes supports a package management solution called Helm. So Helm uses something called Helm charts. So you can easily package, manage, upgrade, and deploy your Kubernetes environment using that. Now, one thing I didn't show you before was the upgrade and scale operations. So here you can specify if you want to upgrade your scale your Kubernetes environment. So basically if you need to add nodes. So what you do is you specify the number of nodes you want to put there, and it will automatically scale out. And if you are running an older version of Kubernetes, right, if there's a new version, so Microsoft is 100% open API, so they are contributing to this project. So whenever there's a stable release comes in, it will be listed here. So one only thing that you have to do is you have to select the latest version if you want to upgrade to, and it will do the upgrade for you from there itself. So this has been with Microsoft in like public preview for a while, now generally available. So I will actually encourage you to try it if you're not very familiar with Kubernetes. In the Kubernetes.io site, there's a good documentation available, and especially I love the cheat sheet they have, right? So you can leverage this environment. Now, another question I get is, okay, this is fine because I can put the bill for production with AKS. How about my dev workloads? I don't want to pay much for that. So do I still run that on here, or is there another solution? So the best solution available for that is there's something called the Azure Dev Spaces that will allow you to do the exact same thing, but for your development teams. So if you don't want your development teams to directly play with the production resources, they can start with Azure Dev Spaces, and if they want to try that on playing around with Kubernetes on their development kits or their development environments, there are a couple of options available like virtual kubelet you can use. So I've got about 2-3 minutes. So if anybody has questions, I have a mic, especially from a management and monitoring perspective. Any questions? Because I've got a ton of giveaways to give. So anybody who even raise a hand, I will give you a gift.